Got the most rushing yards in Philadelphia Eagle history. Been on 2 Super Bowl teams. Chiefs 2019, Bucs 2020. 12 years. 6-time Pro Bowler. Going to get some Hall of Fame votes. Shady McCoy is now joining us here. He'll be on Speak for Yourself after as well. So camp's starting in a month. Were you a guy that was in shape going to camp or played yourself in shape?
I always like to pride myself on going into camp in shape. You know, I would train with Frank Gore. He was like my older mentor, and we would always train hard, and we go into camp in shape.
But you do need some hits to get that body ready for the season. Sean McVay years ago said, I'm not playing my starters in the preseason. A lot of guys love that. But do you love that idea?
You know what's crazy, though? Like, when I was younger, I was like, man, I can't wait to be good and like a great player where I don't have to do training camp, take some reps off. And even with the preseason, not playing a lot. But actually, when I started getting that treatment, I hated it because when I got to the real game, I was kind of rusty. You know, I would do probably like a serious, maybe some routes. I never really got the ball in preseason, really.
Right.
You know, so I think that affected my game once the real season started.
Yeah. You like your reps. You know, you played Josh Allen's fascinating to me because I remember Mel Kiper saying he's one of the 10 most talented quarterbacks I've ever looked at, and that included Elway and Marino. But I watched him in college, and I watched him play Iowa and Oregon because I had heard about him.
Right.
And so I thought, I'm going to watch him. And he's bad.
Yeah.
And you were there for the first couple years of him. So everybody now always says, well, you got to give a quarterback 3 years because look at Josh Allen.
Right.
And to that I say, yeah, but I watched him his rookie year jump over people.
That's right.
So my thing is, if my guy's 6'6" and jumping over people, I'm giving him 3 years. Daniel Jones, I'm out by year 2. So when you go back to the first year of Josh, were there moments, LeSean, where you were like, I don't know if it's going to work?
Just being honest, I was the first guy to stamp Josh Allen. He'll tell you this. When I see him in camp, I'm like, whoa, this kid is going to be something special. Maybe not this year. Maybe the next year or the third year, but Josh Allen's a special player just by his physique. When you see him, he's 6'5", he's big, he's strong.
And he's fast.
And he's a competitor. He's so fast. Like, I can't even explain it because when we kind of got him, they were slowly, gradually, bringing him on, giving him a small amount of reps. He was trying to learn the playbook, but when he got in there, right, even plays he might not do well, but you just see the flashes like, whoa, this kid is going to be special. You talked about his speed. He's strong and he hates to lose. He's probably the best out of the quarterbacks I've played with. He's probably the best in every sport. Sean McDermott would do these different like challenges, right?
Yeah.
If it's tug of war with the lineman pulling the ropes, if it's playing basketball jump shots, just trying to bring like the camaraderie of the guys together, build that bond. He would win all the time. And then when he didn't win, he was pissed off. So Josh is the real deal, and I've been called that out, man. I've seen it since day one.
So you also played with an old Tom Brady, older Brady. Give me something also hyper competitive. I always said Brady may be the best pre-snap quarterback ever. Literally,
that's true.
Going to the line and saying, nope, I know exactly what's coming. They always said the way you can't beat Brady, but the way to hopefully was switch at the snap. And even then, Tom could, because Tom's taking that shotgun, he takes his eye off the defense for a quarter second to get the snap. But if Tom has taken the snap, that didn't work either. Was it demanding to play for him?
Tom is just different, right? When I say this, I say Tom's the best player who's ever played the game. And a lot of my peers and the other athletes, like, how? He knows to play defense. He's not super quick or he's this and that. Tom is the best because he's already playing the game. Like, we're playing the Giants, or wherever it is. He's played that game 10 times before we played. I remember in the now, it was different for him or for me playing a quarterback like that because he was so well prepared. And it wasn't just enough for the starters, Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, to be prepared. No, we need the rookies to be prepared the same way as the starters. I remember when we played the Chiefs in the championship game, and normally like they gave us time off, right? With Tom Brady, he puts in the max text, like the offensive skill positions, the running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, and he's showing video of each cornerback, each safety, oh, he's slowing his feet. He doesn't do well with bumping one man, or we can beat him with back shoulder passes. Each guy's giving him like 3-4 minutes. I'm like, I've never, and then we're in a separate group chat, all the players, like, yo, did you see this? This dude is so prepared. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. Winning is the only thing that matters. And last point about the leadership, when the quarantine happened, right? And you had to be like, sort of like the bubble, how the NBA had it. It was like the quarantine. And there was so many different rules that we had to abide by, and it was different.
Right.
And he had his own meeting and said, listen, I'm here to win, right? We can party and go to Vegas after this season, whatever you want to do. Gronk, if you want to go to Vegas, take your shirt off and do your thing in Vegas, cool. But right now, I need everybody to lock in. I don't need no coaches to talk about it. This is what we're doing. And if you can't abide by these rules of the quarantine to win a championship, the only goal that matters, then you can't be here. And when you see that, it's like he's bought in, so we're bought in. And he's just a different type of leader, athlete, and one. So like you talked about, this preparing and knowing where he wants to go with the ball before the snap happens, that's him.
So Tyreek Hill's not a member of the Chiefs, and I think they wanted him. I know Andy Reid pretty well.
Of course.
But in the end, 5 draft picks, and you get that financial freedom. That's a lot of picks for a receiver.
For sure.
For a quarterback, that's a lot of picks. I think Tyreek will flourish wherever he's at.
I agree.
But I think there's value in Kansas City saying, all right, we're going to bring in some new guys that you haven't seen on tape. I think they're going to be fine without him, or will they be?
I don't agree with that. Joey, I just think that Tyreek is he's a different breed. Like, if I had to ask you, who can you compare him to in the last 10, 15 years, who would you say? There's nobody, right?
He's a field tilter.
I mean, he can play running back. He could do screens. He's different. So now they have Andy Reid, right? Yeah. And they have Patrick Mahomes.
And you know Andy well.
Oh, my God. He's my favorite coach of all time. Andy's so smart. So I'll say this. They'll still do well, right? They'll still be great. Andy Reid will find a way to replace Tyreek Hill. He did in Philadelphia, even with the Terrell Owens and other players. There's times where he's told me and Deshaun, hey, you don't get your act together, right, I'll replace you. And, so he'll find a way to replace Tyreek in some way, maybe if it's more running the ball or more stuff for Kelsey, whatever it is, he'll find a way. He draws up things all day.
That's what he does.
That's his thing.
He sends those to me. Man,
listen, when I got to Kansas City, I come in there, I'm talking to him. The next morning, I'm getting there early because I'm trying to learn the playbook. He's watching the old guys. The screen is like gray, white, black, white, and gray, the old films, the guys with the leather helmets. I'm like, Coach, what are we going to do for this? The same play he actually did they're in the backfield. It's like
they stole it from a Rose Bowl in the 50s or something.
Right. So we actually did in the game. Anyway, so I say all that to say, Coach is so smart, and he'll find ways. And also, he has a guy like Patrick Mahomes. He talked about how he took plays that what Patrick did great in college, and he put that into his offense, right? Because all that going crazy, that's Andy Reid, but he likes to be, the West Coast, that's like his main thing.
Sure.
But he put all that together to build Patrick. Now, Patrick is great, but to help him out, what makes him best? What's he do best? What's he do great? Let's put it together. So Andy Reid is a smart coach. They have enough talent over there. I just don't know if Tyreek Hill, because he gets this credit for being fast, but he can play. He breaks tackles. He's strong.
Well, it's like Cooper. I always say with Cooper Kupp, jet sweeps. Put him in the slot.
That's easy. Come on.
Yeah, no, guys like Tyreek, the comp I use, although it's not the same comp, is that Cooper Kupp and Tyreek Hill are just, I almost put them under weapons. When you give McVay and Reed those guys, they're just weapons. The biggest play in the Super Bowl was that jet sweep where Cooper Kupp got the first down.
Yep,
That's the biggest play in the game.
That's true, yeah.
Great stories today. LeSean McCoy, he's going to go over on Speak for Yourself here in about 25, 30 minutes, so tune in to watch him there. We love having you on. It's great seeing you again.
One thing.
Yeah.
I see all the stats. You forgot.
What?
Decade player. I got to put the decade on there.
What?
All-decade team.
The all-decade team. Come on. Keep it on. Come on now.
You were on the all-decade team.
That's right. We got to let the people know.
Let the people know.
Joey knows what I'm talking about.
Great seeing you, Joey, with the news. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.